A teenage girl's dismembered body found in a pop star's Tesla shatters the glamorous illusion of Los Angeles today.
It really does. It's a completely tragic situation.
Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're looking at a pretty thick stack of local news articles, Reddit threads, and community papers, all from April 17th, 2026.
Right. And our mission today is to unpack a really intense wave of legal and criminal upheaval that is just sweeping through the Beverly Hills and Los Angeles areas right now.
Yeah, and we're starting with the biggest headline out there. It's a fast-moving story. Let's get right into the facts. Singer David Anthony Burke, who you probably know by his stage name D4VD, has been arrested.
Yes, arrested for the murder of a 14-year-old girl named Celeste Rivas Hernandez.
And the details here are just, well, they're staggering. Celeste actually went missing way back in 2024.
Right from Lake Elsinore, which is about 70 miles away from Los Angeles.
So she was missing for a long time. But then on September 8, 2025, the police found her body.
And this is where it gets incredibly grim. They found her dismembered body. The head and torso were in one bag, and the other parts were stuffed into a second bag.
Inside the front trunk, right, the frunk.
Exactly. Stuffed in the frunk of a Tesla Model Y. And that specific car is registered to Burke. It was just parked in a Hollywood tow yard.
God, that is just a horrific reality. Now, to be completely impartial here, we have to look at what his legal team is saying.
Right. Burke's defense lawyers are strongly stating that the evidence will eventually show he did not murder the girl.
They say they're going to vigorously defend his innocence.
Yes, they are adamant about that. But, seeing a horrific threat against a teenager like this really makes you think about youth safety in general.
It really does.
And that actually connects to a very different kind of community battle over youth safety happening right now at a local high school.
Okay, let's unpack this. We're talking about Beverly Hills High School, right?
Yeah, BHHS. So on February 17th, an influencer named Ben Azoulay was invited to speak to the school's student-led Jewish club.
And this guy is not just some local speaker. He has over 500,000 Instagram followers.
Right. He bills himself as an alpha male mindset coach.
Which, usually means a very specific kind of content online.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
He posts highly sexualized content. He literally tells women that their job is to, quote, minimize my stress, maximize your looks, and take care of the home.
Wow. Okay, so he's got this super explicit online presence, but the parents at the school aren't just mad about his internet videos, right?
No, not at all. The real outrage is about Azoulay's criminal record.
Wait, his criminal record?
Yeah. In a 2011 civil lawsuit, he was actually accused of raping a 15-year-old girl back in 2008.
A 15-year-old girl, and he was speaking at a high school.
Exactly. And he actually pled guilty to oral copulation with a minor just to get that civil lawsuit dropped.
Right. Though we should note, he now claims he was totally exonerated.
He does claim that. But here's the most alarming part. He recently posted an AI-generated meme of himself wearing a shirt that literally says she was 15.
Are you kidding? He posted that to 500,000 followers.
Yes, he did.
That is just, I have to push back on the school's logic here. How on earth do you let someone like that into a room full of high schoolers? It's like hiring a fox to guard the hen house.
Well, the district has a defense.
Let's hear it.
They argue that because it's a student-led club, they don't screen viewpoints for ideological agreement.
Ideological agreement. This isn't about his views on taxes. It's about basic safety. How does a school balance allowing kids to run clubs freely while also doing just basic vetting to protect them from explicit rhetoric?
Right. And that is exactly the argument the parents are making. A parent named Michael Carrick spoke up and said, look, silence equals endorsement.
Yeah, if the school says nothing, they're basically endorsing his presence to those kids.
Exactly. And if we connect this to the bigger picture, this whole idea of accountability, it's not just a problem in local high schools.
No, it goes way higher than that.
It goes right to the top of city leadership. Let's talk about the LA28 Olympics chair, Casey Wasserman.
Oh, the pressure on him right now is massive.
Huge. His emails with Ghislaine Maxwell just surfaced in the Jeffrey Epstein files.
Right, the unsealed files. And local officials are furious. You've got LA Mayor Karen Bass and County Supervisor Lindsay Horvath publicly demanding that Wasserman step down.
But the LA28 Executive Committee is digging in their heels. They are standing by Wasserman.
Which is wild. How are they defending that?
They're saying his relationship with Epstein and Maxwell didn't go beyond what is already publicly documented.
So they're basically saying, yeah, he knew them, but it's fine.
Right. They're keeping him in power. Meanwhile, Let's look at how accountability works for local politicians.
Okay, yeah, let's jump to Beverly Hills Councilman John Mirisch.
A judge just barred him from seeking a 5th term in office.
Because the voters said no. Right. In
Okay.
2022, they passed Measure TL.
Exactly. Measure TL created a strict 3-term limit.
But Mirisch's lawyer tried to fight it. He argued that the terms Mirisch served before 2022 shouldn't count.
Yeah, he wanted a clean slate. But the judge completely shut that down and ruled that past terms absolutely do count.
So what does this all mean? I mean, you have a striking contrast here. How can local voters use a strict rule to just force out a councilman, but a super powerful Olympic chair just clings to his position despite massive public pressure and ties to a convicted human trafficker?
It's a great question. And it really shows that accountability often comes down to who actually holds the power to enforce it.
Right. Like voters at a ballot box versus an insulated executive board?
Exactly. The voters have direct power over a local councilman, but an elite executive committee. They can just issue a PR statement and weather the storm.
It's frustrating, but here's where it gets really interesting.
Oh, yeah. The local crime scene.
We're moving from heavy political scandals to just a strangely specific local crime. Have you seen the reports on the Lego Bandit?
Yes, it is wild.
Okay, so a masked burglar strikes Kip's Toyland. This is over at the original farmer's market.
At a family toy shop.
At 4:20 a.m. on February 21st, this suspect, wearing all black, just smashes the front window.
But he doesn't go for the cash register.
No. He bypasses everything else. He steals thousands of dollars strictly in high-value Lego sets.
And then he just loads them all up into a black BMW sedan and speeds off.
The store owner, Lily Kipper, she said she feels totally violated. I mean, they targeted a kid's shop.
It's horrible for the business owner.
It really is. But I have to say, it sounds like a movie heist, you know? Except instead of stealing gold bars out of a vault, they're stealing plastic bricks. What drives someone to plan a targeted professional hit just for toys?
Well, there is actually a very calculated reason for it. High-end Lego sets are basically untraceable currency on the black market.
Wait, really? Untraceable currency?
Yeah, think about it. There are no serial numbers to track, no microchips to shut down remotely.
Oh, right. Like if you steal an iPhone, Apple can just brick it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But a huge, expensive Lego set, you can just flip it online for cash, and the buyer has no idea it's stolen.
Wow.
The burglar clearly cased the store beforehand. He knew exactly where the expensive sets were. It really demonstrates how modern retail theft is just highly organized and calculated now.
It's not just random vandalism anymore.
No, it's a business.
That is just crazy. So to bring this all together for you listening today, our sources really painted a wild picture of Los Angeles.
Yeah, from multiple different angles.
We started with the tragic, incredibly high-profile murder investigation of a 14-year-old girl.
And then we saw parents fighting to keep an alleged predator out of their high school.
Right, fighting against a school district, hiding behind club rules. Then we looked at the big political power struggles, voters enforcing term limits on a councilman, while a powerful Olympic executive just brushes off his ties to the Epstein files.
And we wrapped up with a targeted, highly organized Lego heist.
It sounds like a lot of unconnected chaos, but these stories actually highlight something really important for you. They show how communities constantly have to battle to protect what they value most.
Absolutely.
Whether that means demanding justice for a victim in a courtroom, holding school boards accountable for who they let near kids, or just trying to protect a local family toy shop from organized thieves.
It's a constant fight for safety and accountability. And this raises an important question. If a digital influencer's alarming footprint can be brushed off by a high school club, and a major Olympic executive can survive the Epstein files, where exactly does society draw the hard line on accountability today?
That is the big question. Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you on the next Deep Dive.